We're starting things off here. Game number 1, we got Snowy versus the BCX champion himself, Cody Travis.
Keep in mind, we are in top 8, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of this set will be moving on into the winners finals, guaranteed top 3. That's a huge jump. Cody is going to start with those blasters. You already see him running from each side of the stage as Snowy chases after him. Those fadeaway side airs are going to keep Snowy from partially getting in on him. The neutral sig comes out and Cody avoids it.
You know, I don't disagree with that at all, because early on you're trying to establish dominance and put some fear to get Cody to stop running. So go for one of those to kind of surprise him. It did whiff, but now it's going to be in the back of Cody's mind. Why did you do that? And I have to be a little bit more scared. Granted, doesn't have to be scared of anything at the moment because D-Light's into recovery, just keeping his damage up here, Sparky.
He's doing a great job. There's a weapon spawn on the field. He is going to take that. Didn't grab it right away, but man, it seemed like he hit a home run with that axe side air. Gets the KO. 50 seconds into the game, Cody swaps over back to the blasters. I think we're going to see a nice set for the blasters of Cody Travis, and as a blasters fan myself, I can't wait.
Yeah, the bullet with your name on it is not the breakfast cereal you were looking for to start off the day if you're Snowy, but he's getting a healthy dose of it for sure. Looking for every opportunity he can. This could be it. Do you get the ground pound? Nope, gets the weapon toss. This is something we're used to seeing out of Snowy. Just misses that nair that could have led to the deal, but great defense with using a bit of aggressive pressure from Cody to get out of there.
And Snowy's doing a great job. Even though he might not have wanted to eat that bullet in his cereal, he did a great job of serving Cody Travis a knuckle sandwich for lunch as he built up the damage very quickly, got the stock off. Snowy's only in yellow, so he's not in a terrible spot, and it is going to be this axe coming out from Cody Travis. I don't know whether he wants to switch back to the blasters for damage buildup. He might just be waiting for a weapon spawn to come in. He's playing like taking turns being offensive and defensive. There is a weapon spawn on the field now. Snowy, of course, the weapon thrower himself, is throwing his gauntlets away, going to pick up another pair right after that.
I think this is tempo change moment. You spent the entire beginning of the match shooting away and staying away with blasters. Now you start to approach a bit. You start to catch Snowy off guard. It's like, why are you boxing with me all of a sudden? I can't react yet, and that sets up your blaster game to be great for stock 3.
Oh, that's
huge.
huge.
So far, it's working great for Snowy as he finds a ground pound. Does he close it out? Yes, he does! And Snowy moves himself up on that stock. Looks like the axe play, this was not the proper game plan.
It just wasn't working for Cody, and it absolutely was working. Both weapons really were for Snowy. On the other hand, now we're back to the blaster. Snowy does have the lead. Cody's going to be looking for those D-lights, I believe. We're seeing a lot of jump sayers coming out. Then all of a sudden, we saw him not throw out a lot of moves, hoping to grab Snowy out of the air with that recovery for the KO move.
And you can see right now just trying to play safe, going for a couple dares, just getting that damage on the Sair. Not enough just yet, even with how deep in red. That one will do, though. Perfect execution, especially with the extension on the platform for Mammoths. That could not have been in a better spot at the time to go ahead and force that jump out of Snowy.
That's the Blasters classic right there. That first Sair, not enough to KO. You have to do so much damage before you're KOing with a Sair. As they're recovering back to the platform, you kind of stay at their height and catch the fade back Sair right as they're getting towards the platform.
Now just trying to get damage on as quick as possible, but Snowy, just edge pressure, so beautiful right now. Waiting for Cody to commit, does get the first hit, looking for a nair, but does land and keeping this damage on, getting the chances, almost getting the recovery off the top.
He was so close to picking up that recovery. That certainly would have been a KO. The ground pound bouncing off the stage, almost a KO. I think an XD light at this rate will be a KO move. Certainly an unarmed recovery. Cody is backing up, trying to use the soft platform as his safe space. Damage. Had the possibility to add it up. The neutral light didn't lead to any immediate follow-up. Cody's going to have to play very defensively. He moves forward, immediately moves back.
I was just thinking, what is Snowy going to do to get that whiff punish on Cody? Because he's playing just out of range, but Snowy does in fact finally get in, use the weapon toss to close the gap, which was incredibly smart because you're sitting there over there, you think I'm 2+ character lengths away, that I'm not going to run up and take a Sair. I'm going to just throw these at your face really quick, and that gave him that stage position that he was looking for.
And that's Snowy coming out with 600 damage total. Let's divide that by 3 to evenly spread it along those 3 stocks. That's 200, which really isn't terrible. And I'm going to tell you why, Ajax. I know you're just shaking in your boots wanting to know why. Actually, you're smart. You probably already know why. That's because he doesn't really have those easy true combo KO moves. You do have Sidelight Sair on Axe, but it's really positionally specific. It's inconsistent to 100% count on. Also, you have a very tanky legend coming out from Brawlhalla. So that's why it might take a little bit more damage on average to take out those stocks.
And look at that graphic right there. We're talking about how well the blasters did, but the 128 on the axe made the big difference. That's stock 2, where Cody couldn't get to the blasters. It seemed like He was trying to go for the tempo shift. That was at least my guess behind it, to stay on the X. It did not work. And now does the stage stay flat as we move forward here into the next stage?
We might see some platforms introduced. No new platforms at least. But one thing that is new is the swap over to the Lucian for Cody Travis. Not a regular side character that we see coming out from Cody. Many would have expected the Reno if a character switch at all.
That's what I was actually anticipating when I saw that he was taking a second to switch up and go for the Reno, but instead going to go here with the Lucian, trying to play that same game plan of staying back a bit, get that damage on with the blasters, but Snowy has figured out the gap closing ability that he needs, just forces the dodge, gets the ground pound that he needed. Snowy does not care about the blasters anymore, just staying up close and personal, got such a dominant stock.
Even though the Lucian is Cody Travis's #2 leveled legend, it's only coming in at a level 61 compared to the level 100 Barraza. 0 ranked games this season with this character. Katars did get a little bit of a love in terms of like the neutral air, getting a little bit more stun, a little bit less recovery for the Katar user, but this is a little bit of an interesting choice here. I don't really know how much of Cody I've ever seen playing the Lucian. I don't think he's ever really reported a Lucian. The Blasters are, of course, the classic Cody blasters.
Yeah, I think a part of it has to be I need better ability to just get in when I don't have my blasters, and that Sarah is going to take it off the side. Took a while to get there, but he finally got it. But those Katars are a really good option for when you see that big whiff from the axe to close the gap. We'll see if it matters here because he was not able to do much with the axe, so let's see if that does also translate with the Katars.
There's a nice 3-piece from Snowy onto Cody Travis, who is still holding these blasters. You haven't seen too much Katar gameplay just yet. Snowy gets a nice side air to punish the D-Light from Cody. Another one, There's the ground pound, getting the KO. Snowy is manhandling the world champion of 2021.
If there's one thing that if we go back at the set and we see a Snowy W, it's the edge guards. We got to go back and look at these edge guards because the control at the first game was not really there at stock 1, but since then when Snowy started to actually get momentum post that axe KO, has consistently controlled Cody offstage, especially here in game number 2.
And that's where he beat Luna earlier at the end of the game, was in that edge guard situation. His neutral game is also really strong here. He is getting the better of Cody virtually everywhere on the stage. Virtually any weapon that is in his hands against virtually any weapon from Cody. He is going to get the KO there with a nice little bonk on the head from the Katars, swapping over back to the blasters. Now actually sticking with the Katars. He had the option to juggle for a second to grab the blasters back, but no, he wants the Katars.
That means a lot here because of the fact that Cody wasn't willing to go to the blasters to get that consistent damage on. Granted, you're not going to find the KO as easy while you're deep in the red, but deciding to stay with Katars, if I'm Snowy, I'm thinking, oh, you don't feel confident in them right now, which means I get to actually deal with you. We haven't seen too many great things out of these Katars, and we're not going to see it here in this game number 2 because Snowy, everybody loves Rayman, coming in here with game number 2, going up 2 games against, like you said, the world champ. What does Cody Travis need to do to get back into this?
Swap character, 100% swap character. Snowy is just over there hanging out on that Rayman like, Barbara. That's...
Hey man, look, you can't say that alive here, man.
That's my best one. That's what I got for you ladies and gentlemen at home. And it wasn't very good. And Cody's best right now is not enough to deal with Snowy. We are seeing one more character swap from Cody Travis. You and I can see it right now. The people at home are going to see it in just a second as well. It is the Sir Roland, and I gotta look at how Cody is on the Sir Roland. It's down there in terms of characters that he played. A level 38, again, another character with 0 ranked games this season. Snowy coming out of the gate, feeling very confident after all of these character swaps from Cody Travis.
All I can think of is big plays in small moments in the switch to Sir Roland. You want to have access to the giant signatures, but you have to get the openings in the first place to get them. And oh my god, trying to go for a big punish there. Snowy is absolutely feeling himself right now, Sparky.
And I love what we saw from Snowy there. He did that down signature, used it as a threat, saying, Cody, if you come over here, I'm actually absolutely going to destroy you. And then he faded back to get back on the platform to keep himself safe, so there was a lower chance of counter punish from Cody. These two players are absolutely going at it right now. I believe both of them are in red. Cody is completely damaged. Snowy's still technically, actually, after that D-Light, that put him in the red. Both of them are dangerously close to being KO'd. Tried to go for the three-piece, counter punish from Snowy on the untrue combo of the Lance recovery follow-up after the Nair. Snowy gets the KO.
It's all about getting the fear in the person in the first place to actually go for that recovery. Snowy's up 2 games right now, and Snowy also understands that you have to prove that your neutral is better than mine right now. So I've been getting way more openings. D-Light recovery will definitely take it out here. One good Sarah should take it off the side as well, even with Demons, but too far away for the Neutralites to take the stock. That one should finally do it. That gets him on the board. But do you think the Sir Roland so far is going to be enough?
I truly don't. I don't think there is anything in the kit. If things keep going the way we've seen them go so far, of course, Cody can turn things around, but I don't think his sword play is going to be that option. He is finding a few hits here. Snowy is a little bit far behind, but we know what Snowy's gauntlets can do. A weapon spawn should be coming in shortly. It's actually going to favor Cody there. The Lance coming out. Hopefully the complete change up onto the Lance, which got some love in the recent patch, might be enough to change things up on Snowy.
Cody has to find the sidelights. There we go. Finally finds one there. He has not been able to get consistent openings on Snowy so far, but it's actually getting close. The damage, excuse me, has been pretty even so far. The Neutralites putting him deep off stage. Yeah, this is a bad spot. Almost catches the Nair.
You see those 4 hits coming out, and you're like, okay, yeah, Cody is coming back. He's doing a great job. Then chunk, 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 chunk. And Snowy is so far ahead here. Has Cody very damaged here. It's not going to take too much to KO on Demon Island. Even though Snowy is getting close to the red, we are on Demon Island. It might take a lot more from Cody before he can actually find the KO. Neutralite not quite. The defense, you saw the fast fall from Cody coming out to avoid the weapon toss. Snowy cleans it up.
That moment is the guess too. Do you charge recovery or do you instantly go for the wall? Snowy guessed accordingly so fast. Snowy now potentially could be 3-0-ing Cody Travis, sending him to lowers bracket already. This would be an incredible way to start off winter semis.
This would not only do that, but it would also tie up the career sets between these two as 1-1, and it would give Snowy the lead in games if he gets the 3-0 here, being 4-3 in favor of Snowy. A lot of groundbreaking, momentous things possibly about to happen for everybody's favorite Rayman here.
Yeah, speaking on that too, I can't remember recently, but what is the highest placing for Snowy lifetime at the series seasonal championships as well?
The recent seasonal is 3rd place at Autumn Championships, where he lost to Cody 1-3. He got 5th at the World Championships. Before that, it's a lot of outside of top 3s. There is a stock taken for Cody Travis, who is staring down the barrel of being 3-0'd by none other than Snowy himself. More and more damage. The second swipe of the Axe Neutralite, putting Cody into the red.
Hey man, look, when nobody's got you, D-Light recovery definitely has you on that last stock, but can you repeat that success here with sword from Cody? Gets the dare, trying to find the follow-up there, but does not have an opportunity to do it anymore because we are starting off winner semis top 8 with not Cody Travis moving forward, but a 3-0 and a handshake from Snowy.
The Titan has been slain by the underdog here. The world champion taken out by Snowy. 654 damage, not too shabby. It took a little bit more than we saw with the Barraza, but a lot of that is going to be due to stage difference here on Demon Island. If Cody Travis has a lance in his hand, he has a lot of in-air movement options to get back. So even though it was more damage, it still was at a pretty decent rate. Look at that second stock on the graph, Ajax.
Oh my goodness, just all in favor of Snowy. Snowy I don't think we could say enough. I know we've been harping on how well Snowy played, but it's just so